Steve just in there with Mr. Clean magic white sponges.
Yeah, the magic erasers.
Cleaning another 4 hours worth of feces off everybody's walls. Walk past the office on the way out. I can't stop. So I'm getting bombarded. My phone this morning. Bzz, and 10 minutes later. Bzz, and I look.
Is it,
and
so
it's hot takes.
So it's people dropping hot takes,
Yes.
or people asking for your most recent hot take?
No, nobody's asking.
Nobody cares.
I don't know. Nobody cares. I've talked about like
Nobody cares.
Nobody cares.
So for all of you out there that are concerned that your hot take isn't hot enough, run it through that filter.
Yes. Always question: is this as hot as the Mona Lisa is ugly?
Or is this as hot as 1999 Pamela Anderson
Yes.
is hot?
Those are your two barometers.
And thus the 90s Pam Anderson, Mona Lisa.
99
99
Pam Anderson.
Pam Anderson.
Because, and I've decided this unilaterally. I have not taken any
We're
other.
already off topic.
I have not taken any other ideas into consideration for this. 99 Pam Anderson is the perfect Pam Anderson. Because I feel like it's about 3 years after her prime, like mid Baywatch era.
All right.
So it's a perfect, because you can't do, a billion to zero. Like the Mona Lisa, as we agreed last week, is the ugliest thing to ever grace
Terrible.
a piece of canvas.
Terribly ugly.
So
Terribly
99
small.
Pam Anderson.
I mean, it's not even big and impressive. It's little.
So if you do 96 Pam Anderson, it makes it way too much.
But we digress. Thus, the 1999 Pam Anderson / Mona Lisa hot take thermometer or barometer or whatever you want to call it was born. Which was illustrated brilliantly by our friend Nikki Constantine on Twitter. I believe I retweeted that a little while ago. It was funny because I looked at it and I was like, boy, this looks familiar, but I can't really place it. I can't really think of what we were talking about. And I knew it was Pam Anderson and I knew it was Mona Lisa, but it took a quick conversation before we started recording for me to remember, oh, that's right. That's what we were talking about.
Yeah, it took a turn.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that's a proper thermometer for ranking hot takes. Is your hot take closer to 99 Pam Anderson? Mm-hmm. Is your hot take closer to the Mona Lisa?
Now how far apart are they on the thermometer?
Oh, that's got to be...
Like if, say, Pam Anderson... in 1999, Pam Anderson is 110 degrees.
Yeah.
Now we're talking Fahrenheit here, of course.
Yeah, we're in America.
Where is the Mona Lisa? Is she around like 60? Or is she down around freezing?
Mona Lisa, I think, sets the bar at freezing.
So she's 32 degrees.
I think the Mona Lisa is 32 degrees. That's the only way I can.
And then roughly 3 times hotter, more than 3 times hotter.
Yeah,
is 1999 Pam Anderson.
We might not even be giving 99 Anderson enough credit.
Okay,
but
so I think Mona Lisa's got to be bumped down a bit.
Do you want to go straight 0 for Mona Lisa for Mona?
I'll give her like 8.
So
8 or 9.
So Mona's at 8.5. So we need Nikki. I'm sorry to have to do this to you. You're going to need to update the drawing.
No, I think that I think that Nikki's is pretty accurate.
Oh, okay. I was just saying I need Mona at 8.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, if you
8 to 9,
because there's a span from where Mona starts to where the top of her head is, and she's between 8 and about 30. So, yeah, I think she's pretty good. And Pam Anderson, right in there around 110. Boy, she has massive lips, just massive.
And that was before the days of, lip injections.
Yeah.
So
she's not looking great.
Does 99 Anderson... I haven't even looked at a picture. Does 99 Anderson hold up? Like, if you pull up on the Jumbotron right now,
see.
and I can't believe we're doing this.
Really? You can't? 1999 Pam Anderson images. All right. So if this indeed is Pam Anderson
In 1999.
in 1999, absolutely it holds
for
up.
God's sake. You always have that fear that it's going to be either the hair, or the whatever, the clothes, something that's going to make it seem like,
She looks
that's outdated.
fantastic. She looks incredible.
So is the cutoff like those models from Warrant videos in the 80s? Those don't hold up?
Yeah.
Or do
with
those hold
the
up too?
Frizzy hair. Yes, she absolutely holds up.
Okay. 99 Pam Anderson I'd put up against 2019 most anything for the
Mona
hot
Lisa.
take thermometer.
I mean, this one, even though she kind of has that just smelled poop look on her face, still holds up.
Yeah, the right side of her lips taller than the left.
Yeah.
Had some accident happen
Did she have
there.
a stroke?
Oof. In 99? No way. Do you think pretty people like that have strokes?
That's true.
That's not the way the strokes work. We all know they attack the ugly people. I'm going to retract that. That's miserable.
Strokes. You heard it here first, folks. From Kyle. Strokes only attack the ugly people.
No, and I apologize. I want to edit it out. I don't like any of that.
No, we don't.
I
we don't do that
apologize. Sincerely. I feel terrible about that. That's not fair. That is not right.
Is this Pam Anderson?
That's Pam Anderson with no makeup, it looks like.
Looks fantastic.
Boy, I think we hit the nail on the head there.
I do.
Now, do me a favor, for the sake of posterity, pull up 96 Pam Anderson, and maybe I was right. Maybe 99 is the superior of those two versions.
Oh, we'll find out. She looked pretty good there, too.
Yeah. A little different, though.
Yeah.
I think she aged better. 99, I prefer I think 99's better.
I think 99 looks better.
Huh.
How about that?
Proud of ourselves.
Way to
And
go.
and I don't think we
Good
even
job, team.
We don't even need to for the sake of posterity. We all know Mona is a disastrous, ugly person. Think Mona had a stroke?
I was just going to say, I bet that she did. They only attack the ugly.
Steve,
Hey, wait a minute.
how could you? You probably know somebody that had a stroke. Ooh, boy, I do feel bad. I apologize. That's not a joke I should have made. Please don't get mad at me, Internet. So, yes, I would appreciate... Maybe I'll take that to Sports Tate, which is another one coming this upcoming week. And there's some takes I have to rate. Maybe I'll start ranking them from Mona Lisa to 99 Pam Anderson. But the problem is, with a thermometer or on a scale of 10, obviously you have intervals. You have 1 through 2, 3, 4, 5. Here, what are my intervals? I need something slightly less ugly than Mona, and then I need something slightly less attractive than Pam. Like,
Are we sticking in the 90s?
No. I was just using that as a frame of reference.
Pauly Shore.
Pauly Shore's obviously less ugly than Mona.
Yeah.
Yeah. So okay. So bottom of
Pauly
the
Shore would
thermometer
probably be like a 22 degrees.
Yeah. Okay. Oh boy, I better write this down. So we've got Mona at 8.5. And now Paulie's taking a big leap. So you're telling me Paulie is 2.5 times hotter than Mona?
Yeah, I think he's. I feel confident with 22 degrees for Pauly.
Mona Lisa 8.5. Mm-hmm. Pauly Shore 22. So and then we're putting Pam 99 Pam Anderson at 100.
110. Yeah.
Okay.
110.
99. Boy, that's a lot of blanks I got to fill in.
Yeah. Okay. What about let's see, Phoebe from Friends.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Because we're not going to do...
Because she's the ugliest of the Friends. And I mean the male characters, too.
Yeah.
She's the ugliest of the Friends. Can we agree on that?
No, I think Ross is uglier than her.
Ooh, going anti-Schwimmer stance.
I mean, it's not anti-Schwimmer.
No, if it's a gay David Schwimmer now. I mean, you're
all right,
throwing
fine. I hate what's his name?
David Schwimmer.
David Schwimmer.
Is David Schwimmer a better number to put here? or Phoebe from Friends.
Okay, you tell me who's ranked higher, David Schwimmer or Ray Romano. They're kind of the same person, right?
Here's the thing. I think Ray Romano has aged fantastically.
Gracefully.
Like, I think Ray Romano and Everybody Loves Raymond, Ray Romano, like, he's an average-looking dude, right? Like, I would argue there's...
Yeah, he's just a guy.
But I think as he's gone in, and he's done a couple of TV shows in the last 10 years or whatever. He's on Parenthood, I think, and he did another show on TNT. Looks great.
Yeah.
Handsome.
Doing all right.
Full beard. Long hair. Okay, so now we have the next 3 barometers on the hot take thermometer. We have to classify Phoebe from Friends, Everybody Loves Raymond, Ray Romano, and David Schwimmer. I don't know why we're stuck in the 90s. There's no rule.
It just seems appropriate.
There's no rule that says these have to be in the 90s because it's important to state Mona Lisa is from what, the 1500s or 1600s?
Yeah, but she didn't get notoriety until the 90s. We all know that.
All right, I am prepared to make a proclamation
All right.
that David Schwimmer would be the high barometer mark of the... Nope, I already retract it. Of those 3, Phoebe...
Hottest?
Ray Schwimmer.
I can't disagree.
Ray Romano from Everybody Loves Raymond era. Oh boy, I hope you.
Now I'm Googling lists of '90s stars.
Well, you got Tim Allen. Do you want to
Mark Paul Gosselaar?
Do you want to include?
That's just not fair. The guy was hot when he was on Saved by the Bell.
Hang on a second.
And he's hot now when he's what is he, like a detective or something?
Kelly Kapowski. Where's Kelly Kapowski going?
Kelly Kapowski.
Should we rank Kelly Kapowski and who was the weirdo who took drugs? Jesse
Spano.
Jesse Spano.
What was that?
Hang on, I got to finish typing this out. I apologize. So I've got David Schwimmer, I've got Ray Romano, and then I've got Phoebe from Friends.
Tiffany Amber Thiessen. That was her name.
David Schwimmer, Friends era. I got to put that too, yeah. Okay. Phoebe from Friends. Whew. I think we should decide how many markers I need, because right now we're at 6.
I think you need 10.
10's a good number, so we need 4 more. So do we want to include Zach from Saved by the Bell?
Because we're going from 8.5 to 110. Why we couldn't just go from 0 to 100?
No.
So 8.5 is 0. 110
is 101 and a half. So, but do we go, Patricia Richardson, Jill from Home Improvement?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Ugly. I'd actually put her below, I'd put her below Phoebe.
How about Carson Daly?
Ooh, wow. Ahead of Phoebe.
Looked great then, looks great now.
TRL Carson Daly.
TRL Carson Daly.
Okay, so I got TRL Carson Daly. So the current listings, 7 markers deep. And again, we had a hard out today. We had things we have to talk about.
Exactly. So we're getting to the important stuff first.
A-bit material, as advertised. So we have the Mona Lisa at 8.5. We got Pauly Shore 22. Now the rest are undefined. David Schwimmer from Friends. Ray Romano from Everybody Loves Raymond. Phoebe from Friends. TRL
I
Carson
think that you need
Daly.
to make it clear, not just Phoebe from Friends, but Phoebe Friends era.
Friends. Okay, so everything will be Friends era.
Yeah.
Pauly Shore, though, just a generic.
Yeah, Pauly Shore, because he kind of looks the same. Although I heard an interview with him recently. He was on Joe Rogan's podcast. I feel bad for that guy.
Daly?
No, Pauly Shore.
Oh, Pauly Shore.
Yeah, he seemed pretty sad. Because
how? Like for what reason? That his career?
I think that because his career just kind of stopped.
I'd be interested to hear an interview then, because it's very similar with Mike Myers.
Yeah,
I mean, if you look at Mike Myers' career and Pauly Shore's career, those were both at one point one of the top stars in the world for a period of time.
Did
exactly. He was a voice in the Shrek series, right?
Yeah, which I'm sure he did.
He's making millions. But comedy-wise, was it The Love Guru?
Maybe.
But the same thing with Pauly Shore. I mean, he had that run in the 90s, Steve, where it was incredible.
Biodome?
I mean...
Encino Man?
No, was he in Encino? Nope, that was Sean Astin and Brendan Fraser.
He wasn't in Encino Man?
No, what was that one where he was on the farm with the...
Pauly Shore wasn't in Encino Man.
I am nearly positive Pauly Shore wasn't in Encino Man.
Pauly Shore, Encino Man quotes. Boy.
Doesn't seem like he's in it.
Well, no, that was an autofill.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah, he was definitely in Encino Man.
Nah.
Yeah, he was Stony Brown.
Wait, what? Because now I need you to pull up the rest of that cast because were all the other names really stupid?
Wait, this may be inaccurate.
What?
Well, look, there are quotes from Stony, but, okay, like, if you're edged because I'm wheezing all your grindage, just chill, because if I had the whole Brady Bunch thing happening at my pad, I'd go grind over there, so don't tax my gig so hardcore, Cruster.
That can't be from that movie. That can't be from any movie.
Look, I'm going to pull this up on the Jumbotron so you can see it.
No, you're right. Pauly Shore was in it.
Encino Man.
I apologize.
Pauly Shore, Stony Brown. Okay, here's a picture of... Yeah, look at that. The Three Musketeers. There's Sean Astin. There's Linkovich Chomovsky, I believe his name was in the movie, because he was the missing link.
Yep, Link.
And then Pauly Shore in Encino Man, 1992. I accept your apology.
I feel terrible.
Mean, as we all know, I am the movie guy.
What? Let me pull up. I'm pulling up the Pauly Shore filmography right now. So he was in a short movie in 2018. He was in a animated series in 2018. Animated one episode. He was in Sandy Wexler, the Adam Sandler movie.
Heard
Came
of that?
out
Never
2
saw
years
it.
ago. He did a bit part. Just looking for literally anything he's done that's worth a TV movie.
All right, moving
Bucky
on.
Larson, Born to be a Star. He had a bit role in that, Steve. But again, very similar to Mike Myers.
How many more do we need?
We need 3, and then I need to come up. I need to come up with temperatures for all of these people. Who do you got?
Neil Patrick Harris.
Oh, NPH, Doogie Howser era NPH. I'm going to put him...
Are we going Doogie Howser era?
Well, you said 90s, right?
Yeah.
Do you want to remove him because he was 16?
Yeah, he was 16. No, keep him in there.
I think I'm going to put him below Carson Daly. Ahead of Phoebe.
Bold move.
Ahead of Phoebe. Actually, the more I look at Phoebe, the more she's going below Romano. Yeah, it's happening right now. It's official. Phoebe just took a dive. And then,
Who else we need?
Doogie Howser. Well, I think we need to include some Saved by the Bell. So whether we do Paul Gosselaar...
Tiffany Amber Thiessen.
Okay, so Kelly Kapowski, Tiffany Amber Thiessen, and she's got to be just below 99 Anderson, right?
Yeah. Absolutely.
So Doogie Howser, NPH. We got Carson Daly, TRL, obviously. And then
Every time I hear Carson Daly, I'm reminded of...
Who do you think I is?
My buddy Frank, who used to draw caricatures at the local Six Flags amusement park.
For the steep price.
It was like $20.
$20.
Yeah. So he drew... He was a caricature artist at Six Flags Great Adventure in Jackson, New Jersey. And I think Frank talked about this when we called him that one day, and he was on the podcast.
Yeah.
And people would... There were 2 things that stuck out to him. People would say... They'd walk up and say, "Yo, you can draw?" And he'd say, "Yeah." And then for some reason they would get confused, and then they'd say, "Paint my face," because they thought that it was
face painting.
Face painting, even though he was standing there in front of a wall of caricatures.
Yep, and not faces that are painted.
No, not at all. And then the other thing that stuck out was the woman who walked up and said, "How much are these?" And he said, $20. And she looked at him and said, "Who you think you is, Carson Daly or something?"
Because obviously, at that point, Carson Daly would be charging the most.
$20.
$20
for a caricature.
For a caricature. Now,
the one thing he also told me that I always got a kick out of is when somebody would come up and they'd say, "Hey, I want a caricature. I don't really know what I want." So their go-to was always like, "Oh, what's your favorite animal?" So the person would naturally say, "Oh, a dolphin or a tiger." So you'd think that the picture would be them like riding a tiger or like petting a tiger, or, swimming with a dolphin. But they would always draw them shaving that animal.
Oh.
Like a razor in one hand.
Oh my God.
A bunch of shaving cream.
That's way too dark. Boy, we've come a long way.
Because if you've ever seen that, the person being drawn doesn't see what the picture looks like until the end.
Do you know how quickly that'd be shut down in 2019?
I know.
Pictures of you shaving an endangered animal.
Yeah.
A caricature. And that's dumb that it would be shut down, but oh my God. Because you turn that thing around? Huh? Mm-hmm. Huh? What do you think? And they have to act okay with what they've received.
He said they would have contests to see who could do the worst drawings and still get the person to buy them.
Because especially if it's your kid, you're going to feel obligated no matter what.
It's like any other job. You get bored as hell at it, so you need to come up with ways to entertain yourself.
Yeah. I think I have the perfect person for a 10th. Actually, I'll give you two options, Steve. Topanga.
Oh, boy. Boy Meets World era Topanga, obviously.
Or Winnie.
Oh, God, Winnie. Winnie above and beyond.
It's got to be Winnie, right?
Winnie Cooper might be above 99 Pam Anderson.
Hang on.
For me.
I'll shut this recorder off and we'll have this argument off air because this is not suited. It was weeks ago we talked about how we've never had a legitimate argument or disagreement. Right now is it. We looked at... Pull up Winnie Cooper for me.
I know it's not logical. I understand that, and I'm willing to admit it. Winnie Cooper.
So I have the current rankings on the hot take thermometer. The Mona Lisa. The Pauly Shore. Friends era David Schwimmer. Friends era Phoebe. Ray Romano from Everybody Loves Raymond. Doogie Howser NPH. TRL Carson Daly.
Look at her.
Now she's aged. She's better now.
She's fantastic,
and she's like a math whiz.
Yeah,
she's incredibly smart.
Mm-hmm. Danica McKellar.
Who's aged? Yeah, because if you look at her in the show era,
yeah, I mean,
we probably oversold Winnie.
Nope, no, she was lovely then.
Boy, I'm seeing these pictures from the show. I think I'm gonna go into quick adjustment.
Don't you dare! Look at that turtleneck.
After TRL Carson Daly, we have Winnie Cooper.
Wait, and where was Carson Daly?
Ahead of Doogie Howser MPH, obviously.
And where was Doogie Howser?
Ahead of Ray Romano from Everybody Loves Raymond.
Okay.
Who was ahead of Friends era Phoebe. Was ahead of... And then after Winnie Cooper, we have Kelly Kapowski. And then bringing home the gold at 110 is 1999 Pamela Anderson.
So on a scale of 8.5 to 110...
Yeah, and I'll have to take some time once we're done assigning numeric values because I feel like that Schwimmer to Romano trio is really close.
Yeah.
Like, there can't be much gap there, but the gap between, like, Doogie Howser and Carson Daly is going to be pretty substantial. And then, obviously, Carson Daly to Winnie Cooper might be a 30-degree difference.
Yeah, it could be.
We might just have 6 names bunched in between 8 degrees.
Yeah, this doesn't have to be equally spread out.
I mean, because those top 3 are the top 3. And that doesn't even include Topanga. We simply ran out. Should I replace Doogie Howser or Carson Daly with Topanga?
No, I think Topanga just gets an honorable mention.
Wow.
You know what she is? She can be Winnie Cooper's understudy. So if Winnie Cooper, for whatever reason, falls ill on the night of the big performance, Topanga steps in for her.
Is this the worst thing we've ever done?
No. Not at all.
All right. If you're okay with it, I'm not going to...
Yeah, I'm perfectly fine.
I'm not going to lament it.
So here we are, 25 minutes in.
Yep.
By the way, it is Sunday, September 1st, 2019, the year of our Lord. It's the Steve and Kyle podcast. Somebody tweeted at us. They said the other day, they said whenever they hear the date mentioned, like in its full, like Sunday, September 1st, 2019.
Yeah.
After it, they automatically in their head hear the year of our Lord. It's the Steve and Kyle podcast.
Which is the way it should be.
Exactly. But yeah, so we're sitting here on a Sunday morning recording. Still no baby.
No baby.
We are down to the nitty gritty at this point. We are past the 38-week mark.
Mm-hmm.
Had a doctor's appointment on, it was just about a week ago. And the doctor, so at that point, Annette was just over 37 weeks. She was 37 weeks in 1 day or 2 days.
Mm-hmm.
And the doctor said, you're measuring a little bit closer to 38 weeks. So that means if we're at 38 weeks now, we're measuring closer to 39 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So it could be any day now.
A little ahead then. Wow.
Yeah.
Because as we sit here today, 14 days away from the due date.
13. Due date.
13 yes.
Due date would be 2 weeks yesterday.
Wow. And we are... I walk in, I see you've got a lineup of swinging appendages for
I don't know if appendages is
for
the word.
babies for baby Steve to fall asleep in.
Yeah, they're because my sister-in-law, Annette's sister, is here. They came down yesterday to bring us some baby stuff that they had that they were going to let us borrow, and so we spent the day, barbecued and everything, had a wonderful time, and then. But yeah, now our living room has two different swings because there's a front to back swing and a side to side swing.
Big difference.
And then there's the little, I don't know what they are, like little chair things for the baby to sleep in.
Yep.
Do they have a name? Are they called like a boopsie or something?
Like a rocker.
Rocker?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And yeah.
Because everything for babies has a stupid name.
Oh, there's a boppy pillow.
Pinkies, bopsies, loveys.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, what's a lovey again? Oh,
I don't know.
Yeah, I think a lovey it's basically like a stuffed animal head, but then just like a rag for a body.
Oh, I'm telling you, get ready. You're going to know all these names, all these words.
Mm-hmm.
Going to be talking about, hey, where's the kid's boppity boo? We got to go.
Not that. That's the binkity binks.
What are you, dumb? Sorry, neither of us have slept.
So... Yeah, so I was on vacation, off from work this whole week, and it was maybe the worst vacation ever. By the way, was that you?
That was my stomach,
that was fantastic.
If we were still doing a throat noise / stomach noise tournament, that'd make it.
That might be a number 1 seed.
If we were still doing that.
Not happening.
I actually deleted, and a quick digression, I keep timestamps. I've talked about this. Of all, and I keep the timestamps for throat noises. Mm-hmm. I've had them since April. Got 3 of them. Just deleted them last week. Done with them.
Good.
Sorry.
Good.
Tournament's dead.
Thing of the past.
Had a good 2-year run.
Yeah, moving on. Onward and upward.
Did we do that twice?
Yeah.
Twice.
Yeah, I think so.
One time too many. Apologies, though, Steve.
That's all right.
So you have all of this equipment upstairs.
We do, yeah. I was off from work all week, and...
quote, worst vacation ever.
Definitely the worst vacation ever. Because we had nothing planned. We weren't going away or anything because Annette still worked all week. And so I thought, okay, it's just going to be me at the house. Got a couple things I want to finish up. Nothing like that needed to be done, but just stuff that I knew that if we didn't get to it now, probably weren't going to be getting to it for 6 months.
Right.
So I just wanted to knock it out. And as you remember from the great living room project of 18, my arch nemesis is painting trim. And I managed to take 4 days to paint the trim in our bedroom and the doors. 4 days it took me. That should have been a 1.5, maybe 2 day job. But since I was so damn lazy and just couldn't motivate myself, it took 4 days to do it. And
how does that compare, though? I guess the first time was actually putting up the trim that took you months, right?
Putting up the trim,
the whole living room and hallway area. That wasn't the painting portion, though.
No,
so that's different.
I don't even think I painted any of the trim. I think Annette did when I was traveling.
Yes, that's right. That was
work.
the deal. Had made.
I don't even think it was. I think I just came home and it was painted, and I was like, "Oh, thank God, this is great," because I didn't want to do it.
You ever thought about just going with that natural wood look for your trim and
like nail holes and little spots of putty?
Yeah, it's
So the only thing I did this whole week was just do stupid things around the house that I didn't want to do, and but it's for the most part done. There are still some things I want to do, but like I've been. When everyone was here after the baby shower, I got attacked by all of Annette's aunts saying, "Oh, you need to have a railing on your steps. There absolutely needs to be a railing here." I'm like, really? Why?
I listen. I've expressed my concerns to you as a speaking member of the ADA about your lack of railing on those steps. My point's been made very clear, and I just hope someone can get through to you.
So, Tuesday after work, I'll be stopping and purchasing a railing. I've got to have a railing.
Now, what does that entail? Is that cutting? Is it pre-cut? Is it...
I'll have to cut it for length. No big deal. I have to find the studs, put the little brackets in
nice
there.
Angled cut there to line up with the wall.
Yeah, but I'm thinking what I'm going to do is I'm going to have it return back into the wall, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll look nice.
How is this so... when the baby starts jumping up the stairs in obviously weeks, she doesn't fall off the side?
Guess so.
God bless having family over. Seems like a real win.
Uh-huh.
I have a question for you kind of related to that then.
Yeah.
Are you doing some spring cleaning, or... is Lola and Toby still digging goodies out of your backyard for you? Because what I see this week, you text me about it.
Yep.
You text me a listing, and it's another one of Steve's patented internet giveaways. Now this one, I don't think
this is something. Yes, patented. Yes, I feel like I could patent this because I've become really good at giving away stuff that's really bad.
Now, before we get into it, this doesn't take the cake. The cake is and will always be, take this $6 bird bath stand.
60 pounds or so.
But you must also take this rotted piece of plywood with nails.
With rusty nails
sticking out of it. That will always be the cake of your internet giveaways.
Yeah.
But this one's pretty good because... it felt like you didn't want to give it away because of the way you worded it.
No, I definitely wanted to give it away.
But you didn't know how. I think that's a fairer assessment.
Well, I didn't know what it was, so I just had to go into my bag of tricks and describe it exactly as it looked to me.
Yeah, so we have the listing here. Now, you posted this, as is the norm, right on Craigslist, right on the Facebook Marketplace.
Mm-hmm.
And your words. I don't know what these are.
Well, first of all, you have to say what
the
description, what the item listing title is.
Now, do we want to spoil this before we even get to the listing? Because they're gone.
They're gone, yeah. Yeah,
hours?
1 hour.
1 hour. Gone. This is
phone
the world,
was blowing up.
This is the world we're living in, with garbage people everywhere, scouring garbage, and just loading it into their garbage home.
Mm-hmm.
Decorative metal things with birds and leaves.
Uh-huh. That's what it looked like to me. I didn't know what it was.
What you have is it looks like two rectangular metal wire frames with birds and leaves.
Birds and leaves, yeah, like swooping metal archways. I don't know.
I don't know what these are, but they were left behind at our house.
This is the description, yeah.
Maybe you know what to do with them. That's a sales pitch. Come take these. Figure it out later. Put them in your living room or garden. I don't know. Do they go in your car, maybe? Who knows? The possibilities are endless. Message me for address. You didn't even bother to give measurements?
No.
I guess the picture's there, but, like a color or quality, that's what it is. Mm-hmm. And you're telling me that description within 1 hour was gone.
Well, within less than 5 minutes, I sent you a screenshot of the text I had gotten. I had half a dozen texts about it and a couple messages on Facebook about it. And somebody said, I live in your town. I can come and pick this up now. So I wasn't at the house when I saw that message, but I was like, all right, I'll be home in 10 minutes. 20 minutes later, old lady and her old husband pulled up, got out of the car. We had some pleasant communication about how confusing it was to find their way to our house because they had to turn more than 2 times. Oh, it's like a maze back here. Yep, sure is. Sure is.
I'm sorry, did you give an age range?
Oh, they were easily late 60s.
Okay. Was it the birders behind you?
It was not the birders behind me.
Frauds.
Still mad about that.
I'm so mad. I can't believe he went out of his way to tell you his wife's a preeminent birder. Barely checks in anywhere. Horse bleep. Ridiculous.
You gotta check out eBird, see what...
Liar. Yeah, let me pull it up on my phone. While we discuss, I will. Okay, so they finally get there.
Yeah.
They find their way through the labyrinth of roads.
Yeah, I know. I mean, it's really difficult when there's signs on every road telling you which road it is.
And so they pull in. Now, did you do this as a... I don't know the terminology, but hey, pick up in the driveway. I'm, not going to see you type of thing.
No, I was standing out front because I didn't want them, especially with Lola, with her cone on her head
knocking
from the surgery.
Door.
I didn't want anyone knocking on the door because that would have sent them into a freaking tailspin. So I was out in the garage doing something else when they pulled up. So interaction was short and sweet. They were lovely people. And they took my decorative metal things with birds and leaves, and they were on their way.
So they're gone. Now, did you happen to ask any type of question about what they're using them for? Nothing.
Didn't care.
Because I have questions.
I was going to ask them, what exactly are these? Because for the whole time we've lived here, almost 2 years now. Actually, yesterday was the 2-year anniversary of when we closed on this house.
Hey!
They were nailed to the side of our house. They were just on the side of the house that you would see as you were driving.
Really?
Yeah.
So kind of like the nature's version of one of those stupid big stars that people put on the...
Pretty much.
Above the garages or
and
whatever.
Every day I would pull in and I'd be like, God, I hate that stupid thing. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even like it was... I don't know, because to me it looks like you could put them over a window and it would look like decorative shutters or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. But they were just nailed to the wall just in a random spot. So the other day I was outside, I got a wild hair after I finished my 4-day long painting project. I thought, I'm going to clean up the garden on the side of the house because it was overgrown to the point where weeds were taller than I was. And anytime that happens, I have the voice of Kyle in my head saying, you're becoming the garbage house in the neighborhood. You're going to get kicked out. So I went out there and first thing I did, I'm ripping these stupid things off the house. I threw them on the ground. I took a picture of them and sent them to Annette. I was like, you don't want these things anymore, do you? Because if she had said yes, grounds for divorce, I think.
Right. Because then you have to redecorate your entire house with birds and leaves things. You're now going to the home decor superstore, and you're going down the birds and leaves aisle.
Yeah.
You're getting throw pillows. You're getting, ceramic birds put on top of your fireplace.
Yeah.
You got a big, we talked about the big star over the garages. You just get a big leaf.
Yeah.
Right over the garage. That's your new feng shui of the house is birds and leaves.
Yeah, it's funny how when you live somewhere, you don't realize all of the things, like stuff just kind of blends into the background, so I'd forgotten about it. But yeah, no more birds and leaves things on the side of the house. I got rid of that. While I was at it, I took my mower and just drove through the garden and mowed down everything. Nothing was safe. I just mowed stuff, like there were plants, mowed them right down.
Did the neighbors happen to see?
No, but I would imagine that they'd be thrilled at this point. Plus, there was this one bush that was just completely overgrown. I don't know if it was a weed or a bush or what, but hacked the hell out of that thing. Gone. So now the side of the house looks beautiful.
Yeah.
But now I also have to keep it that way.
Oh, yeah. You have to. Well, you just wait till spring at this point and just run it over there again in late March.
Yeah. I just want to get like 5 tons of mulch dropped off and just bury everything and hope that like a foot of mulch on top will be enough to keep the weeds from making their way to the surface. I don't know if that's how nature works, though. But
now here's what you do. Anytime things get too tall, you just go rent one of those. You go to the local fleet store, local country store. You go buy or rent one of those things that you throw on back of the tractor that just...
Oh, the brush hog.
Just sprays pesticides.
Oh, okay.
And you just dump it in that whole region, All
right.
You make your money back by asking the neighbors, hey, anything you need pesticided? I got the tank.
I'll just pull it along. You let me know where.
Yeah, you tell me what you need dead, I'll kill it.
It was another perfect opportunity to rent goats, but as we found out a couple years ago, not possible in this area.
Is it? I didn't know we found that out.
I had tried. I looked it up.
Really?
Yeah, I couldn't find anyone local. I think it is now, though. I remember seeing a news story on it.
I think for this purpose, because they're using it for county parks around here. So
yeah, to get rid of and because those things will eat anything.
Yeah, and it won't damage their insides.
They'll eat like poison ivy, poison oak.
So that plant you mowed down could have been a nice dinner for a goat while you and I sat on your deck.
Yeah. And just watched.
And just watched and talked. Goat cast.
Yeah, we had talked about doing goat cast at the old house.
3 years ago we were going to do goat cast.
We were going to have we're going to set up our microphones in the backyard.
Because your football field garden was getting out of hand.
Oh, that thing was the worst.
And we're going to rent out some goats, have them chew it up. I think we should look back into it. You need let that go again for a while.
Yeah.
Months. And then I'll pony up. I don't care.
Even because it's such a small area, we just need like 2 of them.
Oh, yeah.
Two of them for probably a day or 2.
And again, because we continue to lose money on these endeavors, so we make a few bucks back by selling goat rides. Bring over the local neighborhood kids.
Yeah.
40 pounds and under. We'll sit you on top of a goat.
That's how I become friends with the parents. And then that's my in for cul-de-sac movie night.
And then I can sneak out without saying goodbye, and I'm home free.
Ride a goat back to your house.
And you're giving away goat rides, and I'm home sitting in my recliner.
Yep. So the yard's all cleaned up. The decorative metal thing with birds and leaves is gone.
All gone. Another successful giveaway. This time not saddled with extra garbage.
Yeah.
Which isn't for lack of it not being there.
Yeah.
I think if you went under your deck, you think you'd find another metric ton of garbage, right?
Yeah, and we've talked about what's our next project going to be.
Oh no!
And we want to, because you haven't really been out on our deck, have you?
No, probably not in a couple of years.
It's pretty unsafe because I think that the previous owners, they left like the land survey from when, how like if you put up a fence or something, you have to get a survey done, and they like plot what your current layout in your yard is and like where the boundaries are and everything. at some point they had a pool, an above ground pool in the backyard.
Yeah.
And the deck, I think, was oriented differently, but then they I think that what they did was they just unbolted it and spun it around and then just nailed it back in place, because the whole thing is really rickety.
Oh boy.
And so obviously with a child on the way, we don't want that. There are no railings on the side of it, so it's like a 2-foot drop off, which can't be up to code or anything. So we thought maybe we'll just demolish that, redo the deck at some point.
So just rebuild it from scratch.
Rebuild it and lay it out differently, because now it's weird. You walk out the back door and it sticks out into our yard like it's a dock going out into a lake. It looks like a runway, and it's really weird, and we'd want it to be along the back of the house instead of just sticking out.
Okay, well, couple of questions, couple of asks of you when this project inevitably begins at the most inopportune time, like November.
I was going to say Christmas Day.
And then you realize, oh, there's a blizzard. What am I going to do? And you have to come up with some weird plan, like heating post holes that you've dug already so it doesn't freeze over.
Yeah, well, you basically put a bonfire in the bottom of each.
Yeah, and you just let it go. And get, two things to ask of you.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure you leave room for 4 to 6 years so you can kind of retrofit this deck.
Sure, yeah.
Around the pool.
Right, when I become Pool Steve.
That Pool Steve will be purchasing.
All right.
And second of all, maybe make sure you have enough space, and maybe you leave a room. Hey, throw in a hot tub out there on that deck.
I love a hot tub. You don't have to talk me into that.
I would kill for a hot tub. From everything I hear, it costs you an extra $30 a month.
And everybody that has them says the first year that you get it, you use it a dozen times. You're like, this is great, and then inevitably 5 years later, you're posting it for free.
Yeah,
you haul it away, and they always have broken pumps. The heat pump is always broken on them, and that's the expensive part.
I don't know that I would be the hot tub guy who stopped using the hot tub.
I think everyone says that though.
There's just nothing better.
How about this? You want to go halves on a hot tub?
You want to go halves on a hot tub?
You can go to if you go to Costco, you can get those inflatable hot tubs.
Hey,
it's kind of like it's like a, you don't want to jump in head first.
Just want to try it out.
Yeah, stick your toe in the water a bit.
Okay.
They're like the inflatable round ones.
I'm okay with that.
I don't need a fancy hot tub.
No, and if we're tired of looking like hillbillies, we just build.
Well, it's not like we're going to have it on the front lawn.
We build a wooden enclosure around it so it looks like a nice hot tub.
It's like a gazebo.
And then people take those steps up and they're, whoa, is this plastic? Or huh? Come on and have a seat.
That's polypropylene, man.
All these fancy ones with stereos built in.
Oh, yeah, and the neon lights.
Yeah, that are just waiting to break.
All right, so we're going halves on a hot tub. Where are we installing it, at your house or our house?
I think it's important that we make it transportable.
All right, so we're going to have to build a small trailer for it.
Minor inconvenience for the greater cause.
I'm in. We don't need to check with our wives on this, right?
No, good God, no. I don't even know if they're going to be invited into the hot tub.
Hot tub cast.
Hey, you, me, couple of stogies.
Yeah, maybe my brother will finally send us those.
Don Fuente, Arturo Carlos.
I thought it was Arturo Fuente, Don Carlo, Eye of the Shark 2.
We have an update on those. Let me try to find this very quickly.
Did they drop down the list?
No, so this is our friend James DeRaid, who is a listener of this podcast, a fan of the show.
Mm-hmm.
He said, hey, send me a DM. This was about 3-4 weeks ago. Mm-hmm. I said, okay. I sent him a DM. This is from our show.
Why can't you just send us a DM? What the hell? Yeah. Why do we got to do all the work?
You can find my name. Type out, hey. Not hard. After searching at random, I was able to secure an order of 3
Whoa!
Arturo Fuentes, Don Carlos, Eye of the Shark cigars.
I thought they were Eye of the Shark 2. Looks like James is going to have to go back to the ordering
Get the sequel.
table.
All I've gotten so far is an order confirmed. We'll see if they actually shipped. I'm not kidding. These things are harder to find than James Brown's legs.
So, where is James from?
James is local.
James is local.
James is in this very town.
Are we going to meet up, like, at a local park and have a cigar?
James had said, I'll let you know if they actually come in. I'd love to share them with you guys, or I can just mail you guys your 2 cigars.
No, I think that if James is going to go to the trouble of buying them, we're going to meet him at the local park. We're just going to sit on the swing set and smoke cigars.
And then as of August 16th, so 2.5 weeks ago, they actually came, and they're already sold out on the website again.
Wow.
So, Steve, whenever you and I are ready.
Oh, boy. You know what? I've wanted to... now, when Reed was born, you didn't do, like, the old school, like, hey, it's a baby boy, and handed out cigars, did you?
No, but is it somebody else? Do you provide the cigars, like, as the father? Or
I think so.
Is that how it works? I never knew how that worked. Know. But no, I did not. They frown on that in hospitals now.
Nah.
Because I asked. Like, oh, it's bad for the baby.
Oh, man. Our candy cigarettes are all gone. That would have been the perfect opportunity.
I have 1 pack.
Do you?
In my car. For just this purpose.
Beautiful.
Baby Steve. Coming in the next 2 weeks. Yep. You and me going to chew on a chalky piece of candy in the hospital. And I'm elbowing your mom out of the way to get into the room first.
For the newborn photo shoot. Obviously, you'll be there.
I'll be taking the pictures. So now plans are all set for that, by the way. I know we've digressed a little bit, but plans are all set. The birth plan, everything's ready to go at the hospital. When you get there, like you have all of your questions answered that you need answered about how it's going to go.
We don't take our hospital tour until this Thursday.
That seems late.
It seems very late.
But you have still taken your hospital tour before I have.
You never did?
My wife works there.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
So she knew where everything was.
Yeah, the only thing I asked the doctor at one of the checkups was, I was like, "Hey, we don't take our hospital tour until like the week before the baby's due."
A little late.
So she was just like, "Oh, okay." I said, "Obviously, they'll answer all of our questions there, but if Annette goes into labor before then, where do I go?" She's like, "Go to emergency." I'm like, "Done, no problem." So. There's a chance we may see your wife.
Now,
because if Annette goes into labor in the next, 3 days, does Katie work on Thursday?
Mm-hmm.
What about Wednesday?
No, not Wednesday. Works
what about
Thursday?
Tuesday?
Half-day Thursday, though. We're going to go bail early to see a movie.
Nice.
Works Thursday, Friday this week.
Okay. All right.
Come on up. Well, Annette's pushing. Knock on the door.
Yeah, I'll go to the movie with you.
Ooh, hey, the ticket's bought. So...
You guys got this, right?
She'll be good. 2.5 hours? Okay. Not coming that soon? Now, the one thing, and I think Katie mentioned to me that she had actually told this to Annette, my one big recommendation for you, because while she is in labor, while she is there, you get meals comped.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they'll, if she goes into labor breakfast and hasn't had the baby by dinner, you're going to get 3 meals.
3 squares. Nice.
The most important thing to have Annette do that morning after, the meal after she has given birth, and you are no longer entitled to free meals at that point.
I'm cut off at that point?
Cut off, Steve.
Okay.
Have Annette be a little extra hungry.
Oh, okay.
Katie was ordering breakfast. She was ordering, can I get pancakes, waffles, this, bacon, sausage, eggs, everything's like, hey, I'm getting breakfast after all. That's the key.
Now, did you have to, sneak into a closet and eat it?
Oh, no, what are they going to do? Come rip the food out of a new father?
All right, I like that.
Bunch of jerks. Just make sure you maximize. Make sure you order all your meals. It's important, Steve.
Okay.
Make sure you get all of your meals you can, and don't go light. Because you'll get the bill later for the birth.
Right.
The meals will be an afterthought at that point. You won't feel bad in a month when you get a bill for this.
It's not all on the same bill?
No, you'll get different ones. And that it all depends. And it's kind of like, you've had operations or whatever in the past, right?
I've never had surgery.
Oh, okay. But you'll get with these instances, I've had a handful thanks to my brother. Thank you. Nose, foot, teeth. It's fine.
Find a way to blame the Achilles on him.
Ooh, I'll think about that. That you get a bill from like the actual surgery. You'll get a bill from the hospital. And then you'll get an anesthesia bill.
Yeah.
So you'll get one or two, and you'll be like, hey, this wasn't too bad.
$50, no big deal.
And then you'll get anesthesia, and for whatever reason, insurance decided to stop there.
Right, because why would they cover the anesthesia for the surgery?
It's like $3,000 for one guy to, one dose of whatever. So, you won't feel as bad about getting all those free meals when you get your bills.
Oh, I never feel bad about a free meal.
Yeah, you shouldn't. The food's pretty good, too.
I mean, the hospital, it's just a big scam anyway. I mean, come on. Let's be honest.
Do you want to save that for Hot Take Friday, or do you want to unleash that here today? Well, it's already out now.
I mean,
we can't bottle that one back up, can we?
Once a hot take, that genie's out of the bottle. Once that hot take is released,
I would be remiss, Steve, because we have gone just under an hour without mentioning what I think I can refer to as our collective most successful DIY project to date.
Boy, was that good.
Like, I'm actually comfortable enough. Let's give ourselves a little round of applause. Steve, congrats. Thank you.
High five.
Thank you, Steve. My goodness.
Boy, that was good.
We tackled Garage Door Day.
We came, we saw, we conquered, we closed the garage door.
For one moment, I thought garage door is not going to close at the very end. Now, we're not going to get step by step, and I apologize. We had every intention. We're going to do a time-lapse video. It just didn't happen.
Yeah, because I forgot the camera.
Well, then update videos. The day kind of gets away from you once you realize.
When you're in the garage door zone,
you're in it.
It's hard to get out of that garage door zone.
Now I know what everybody's thinking. They probably had to take like 6 trips to stores and Well, how's this one sit in your craw? 2. Huh?
Still too many.
Well, one wasn't a store.
One was my house.
Store.
Yeah,
one was to your house.
I had to come back here. What did I need?
4-inch nails.
4-inch nail. Yep, and I should have remembered them. I just forgot to bring them with me. Needed to come back and get a couple nails.
Now, part of the reason for this garage door day was, and I'd shown this to you, you'd seen it. My garage door is ancient. The old one was ancient. Wood, heavy, and my driveway or garage floor had kind of sloped and sunken in on areas, so it wasn't even. We thought maybe a new door, maybe the seal might seal that up.
Yeah.
It didn't. So part of the reason...
Your door needed to be replaced anyway.
There's no question, and I don't regret replacing the door one bit. But part of the reason... Didn't work, didn't pan out, but that's fine. And that's not our fault or the door's fault.
No.
The ground,
it's just nature.
It's like 1.5 inches.
Yeah, there's a massive...
If we leaned it all the way to one side, it's like 1.5 inches. So we leveled it out, whatever. So in earnest, we got started around 8:30 in the morning. I argue we would have been done 2 hours before had we not. And I'm not going to say we dawdled, but there was at no point during the entire day where you and I were... like sweat pouring off the brow.
There was zero intensity.
Yeah, there was no...
We could have done that because start to finish, I think I left your house about 11 hours after I got there.
Yeah, I think it was right at 7 p.m., yeah.
So, but yeah, your brother stopped over for a bit.
Actually put some hands on some things for
shockingly,
a little while.
Yeah, your parents were in the area and swung by for a bit. So it was nice to talk to them for a little while. But yeah, like we stopped for probably 45 minutes to eat lunch.
Yep.
But I bet if we had just gone straight through, we probably, instead of 11 hours, I bet we could have done it in
8?
9.
Okay.
Yeah, 8 to 9.
So because we had to take one break for you to go get some nails that was not our fault.
No.
That was simply, you wouldn't know the dumbest system to hold a garage door up of all time is, you have to throw in some nails to hold up panels of garage door.
And I thought of that the night before, and I was like, I got to remember to bring them, and I just forgot.
Yeah.
Forgot to bring them. So, but yeah, we knocked that thing out. It wasn't just door. It was door and opener.
Door, opener, and obviously with the door, all new tracking.
Mm-hmm.
And things that in a million years, even with an instruction booklet, had it just been me deciding, hey, I'm going to learn. I'm going to teach myself to do this.
Yeah.
Million years I never would have done
Not
correctly.
happening.
I would have had I would have had a garage door opening, horizontally. I put the tracks up on the wrong side. Whatever. There would have been.
We even did new weather stripping on the outside.
Yeah,
we fixed
new
some
trim.
issues.
Yeah, you did all the new trim for me. My gosh. But yeah, without your 4.5 doors of experience, now 5.5 doors of garage door experience, I would still be sitting there trying to get a panel of that door up.
Okay. Well, 8 days later.
Oh, there's no question. And I'd be 2 panels in. That's it.
Well, you'd need Robert to come over and hold them.
Yeah, which
in place.
For a moment was the plan. For me to stand and hold the garage door panels up for upwards of an hour to an hour and a half.
Yeah, it probably would have been 2 hours.
While we tried to get the track up around it.
Yeah.
That's when we decided, no, let's just go get some
why
nails.
don't we do this the right way? Instead of trying to find pieces of furniture in your house to lean up against it, or pulling a car in and backing it up so it touches the door and holds it in place.
There's a lot of times, but this is probably the most, that I felt like the magician's assistant to the 10th degree. Because I don't even know what I'm looking at half the time.
Mm-hmm.
Like you told me you put up the panels and then you build the track around the garage door panels, and you nearly swept me off my feet with that bit of knowledge.
Yeah, that's
no idea.
Well, it seems stupid.
It does. It seems ridiculous.
Seems very dumb.
But once you think about it, well, you need the track to fit around the garage door, not the garage door. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like if you do it the other way.
You set the spacing
correct
with the panels up there.
Yeah.
Then you build the track around that.
I felt so helpless just wandering around half the time. I do know.
So I've been dying to ask for the last 8 days.
Uh-huh.
Has there been any issues?
I open it for fun. Because it's so quiet.
It is quiet.
It's
Glad you went with belt drive?
Steve, it's gorgeous.
3/4 horse?
I don't even care. It was a cheap door from one of the home improvement stores, but I'd argue 10 times better than my old door just based on my old door wasn't insulated. It was wood.
Yeah.
This is neither of those items. And so it's insulated and it's so quiet. Our old garage door, it was an alarm. So if Katie would get home or whatever, or I would get home, late doing whatever, the dogs would hear that garage door from the bedroom, which is nearly the opposite end of the upstairs. And they'd start barking, and they'd be waking everything else up in the house, especially now with Reed. That's hard. Now, oh no. I could be burglarized and not know that anybody opened the garage door.
Nice.
It's beautiful. I love it. Oh, we threw up a number pad on the outside.
Mm-hmm.
It was far and away. And this is saying something. Again, 2 extra trips. This was the most successful DIY thing we have done together.
Oh, definitely. Absolutely. It worked out perfectly. The door worked. We got it all installed. Hit the button for the first time, and it didn't work. And then I thought, that's not a surprise because we didn't, program it or anything.
Right.
There's a real simple, hold this button and do that and do that and do that. And within a minute, the door was opening and closing perfectly fine.
We had another scare, and I think I did it on accident when I was just putting some light bulbs in, putting the casing around it. It must have pinched a wire out because that was the first time we tried to open it. It was a big to-do. All right, go over there and hit it. Go up, kind of warm the fingers up, getting ready to touch the big square button.
Yeah,
press it, boop, boop, and nothing moves.
Nothing at all.
Okay, that's not great. But that's simple. It was just a simple one wire needed to be
popped out
back into, and that fixed it. Programmed the door, working that night, all in a day's work, 1 day's effort.
Yeah, no big deal. I mean,
it was completed.
No big thing at all.
Man, that was massive.
It was It was impressive. I was impressed with us.
I'm so happy. I'm so happy it's
we did
done.
good. Yeah, we did all right.
Man.
Your wife is happy with it as we are?
Very happy. Yeah,
she go outside and just open and close it?
Oh, yeah. I got a button for just the light. I go see it, just turn those on. Turn them on, turn them off. Yeah, it still works.
Yeah.
So now,
still perfect.
You want to, I got another project. You're pretty free the next few weeks. You want to swing by.
Nothing going on.
Got a issue, I think, with the water line.
Oh, boy.
From my...
Not the dishwasher?
I think we had run it from the sink behind the stove to the fridge.
Yeah.
Got a little issue with the water in the door.
What's going on?
Like, when I press it, it sounds like a Gatling gun sometimes.
Okay.
Like there's something inhibiting clear flow of water. And to be honest with you, like a little more water pressure in there. Maybe I think we get a little I can't think of the word, but where we can expand the size of the pipe.
Okay.
As it goes into the fridge.
Okay. So did you use one of the things that you screw in and it like pierces the pipe?
Steve, this was like 4 years ago. I don't know what you want from me.
All right, I'm in.
Right.
I'm in.
Sounds like this week.
Let's do it.
We're gonna.
I'll stop by. And we'll do it.
We're gonna rip everything out of the wall.
Yeah, I mean we're on a roll now.
Oh yeah, what could go wrong?
One in a row.
The last time we worked in my kitchen on an appliance, it was the smoothest sailing.
Let me ask you.
We had water shut off to an entire house. We had a clamp over a hose.
Did you accidentally install a gas line instead?
Boy, oh boy, would you believe it? Happened twice.
All right. All right, I'll send you a list of stuff you need to order.
Yep.
So we can have it in-house. Maybe get the shark bite clamps.
Yeah.
Those things work great. I used one of them on ours.
Let's just redo everything, man.
Do it all.
Here, your house.
Do the whole house.
Yeah. You got anything?
Do my deck while you're at it.
Yeah, let's just go and rip that thing. Demo's the funnest part.
I do want to rip that deck out. Oh, I'd love to. It would be great.
Gonna have to.
I'm afraid though.
Gonna have to wait for another neighbor to get a dumpster to drop all that wood in.
I know there are gonna be bodies under it. There's a big rolled up blue tarp underneath our deck, and I'm terrified of what's gonna be inside that thing.
Oh man! But thank you very much. My gosh, I owe you a mountain of debt for this and many other home improvement items.
Don't worry, I'll be calling you on deck day.
Oh, I'll be there for that.
Yeah?
That's easy.
Deck demo day?
Oh, deck demo day, deck rebuild day. Again, I don't know.
You're helping with the rebuild too?
I don't know anything about it. You're just going to be walking around with a wrench in my hand. You can hire that out?
Yeah, I think so.
Steve, I've never been more proud of you in my life. You're coming around.
Yeah.
Cut a check, Steve. That's my boy right there.
It just seems like there's a lot of like measuring and
it's crazy.
Angles and stuff.
Well, especially if you're putting in new 2x4s in, which you are, proper depth and awful.
I don't know what the hell I'm doing.
Awful. Oh, I could easily rip out a deck with you.
Me too.
Yeah.
We're just gonna make sure we don't rip down like an important part of the house or anything.
Well, we were very worried on my garage. Part of my driveway had
cutting that.
Part of my driveway had kind of either the driveway had raised from a tree root, or part of the garage floor, that portion had sunk.
Yeah,
one of those two, and so it was pushing up on the wood trim, which was pushing up on the. That's not is that aluminum?
It's aluminum. Yeah, the
aluminum
trim.
Yeah, it was just wedged up, so it was all crinkled in the top corner. So as we were trying to just simply level that out, or not level it out, just give it some clearance, you were sawing away at this piece of wood. We couldn't get the wood out, and there was a momentary fear that this was now
holding up the garage,
simply part of the home's integrity, structural integrity, and that these.
Did we make a mark on there?
No, but it should be easy enough because we can see from the garage floor, right?
Yeah, we decided it might be a good idea to put a mark on the wall, something that can be referenced later down the line, so we know. Oh, did it? Yeah, it looks like it's sunk about an inch and a half.
Yeah, it's sunk or it's raised or this is what's happening. What's going wrong with it?
If that happens, don't call me.
No, again, cut a check, Kyle, coming out of the woodwork for that one.
Fast 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3,
would you look at the time,
Steve? Look at that. Oh, crap. We never got to the... What's your proposition for me?
Next week. A bit.
Okay.
Next week. Stay tuned. It's happening. I promise you. next week, the A-Bit, I have a proposal for Steve as well as the Vegas story.
All right, am I going first here?
Yeah, lead it off.
Oh, man.
So, again, we have done the Fast Five in nearly a month.
Yeah, 3 weeks or so.
So, I'm sure you've been following the news. You've got it updated since this morning.
Okay. Some of these relevant. Some of them not so relevant. First, your Michigan State Steves.
Hey, awful.
Fight for the green and white.
So mad. They looked awful. I'd
They
rather
did
not
win,
get
though.
into. They won, but a disaster. Absolute disaster.
All right, next on the list, the NFL season just around the corner. Got any huge predictions?
Starts Thursday. You'll have to listen to my most recent sports tape
Oh, look at you holding back content.
for my 10 not predictions.
10 not
They're not
predictions,
predictions.
but they're predictions.
No, they're not, Steve. You don't. Of course, guy who doesn't listen, like he'd understand.
Okay, third on the list.
They're not predictions,
Okay.
Steve. I
All right,
can't
got
make
you. I
that
got you.
more clear.
All right. Third on the list. The big controversy this year about something we tested on this very podcast last year.
Oh,
Pumpkin spice lattes.
oh yeah, earlier than ever, right?
Earlier than ever. You can already get a PSL.
Who cares? I've really come around in years. I like to think that I have, and I do think I have. Man, if people like it and they drink it, who cares if it's available on August 27th or September 5th?
I assume.
Who cares?
Yeah, well, just make them available all year long.
Right, and I get why they don't, because the demand for this 6 or 7 weeks is huge.
Mm-hmm.
But, man, if you want to drink one in August, go ahead.
Go nuts. Okay, now this something that is right in your wheelhouse. Coca-Cola cinnamon.
Yeah. That's the thing, huh? That's coming out this holiday
season,
right?
So, all right. So you get to work in the morning.
Yep.
Gathered around the water cooler or the Coca-Cola cooler. I'm assuming
which,
it is.
as you all know, I want one in my home.
So you
Crack one.
filling your cup with Coca-Cola.
Morning cola.
From the big 5-gallon jug. Hey, Douglas.
Yep.
What do you think about Coca-Cola cinnamon? Like, this is all the talk around your work, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's nonstop. And that being said, thank you for telling me we're coming out with Coca-Cola cinnamon this holiday season.
You didn't know that?
I'd heard some rumblings,
Oh.
but I didn't know. But they always do some type of nonsense like that. I know there's a couple other specialty ones coming out too, but
This holiday season.
I think it's similar. They did Pepsi Fire a few years ago. Do you remember that?
No, I don't.
Pepsi Fire was this as well. So it was like cinnamon Pepsi. It was a huge bomb. So this is a risk, a big risk, but it's a seasonal thing. So really, what's the real risk? It's limited anyway. People will try it out of curiosity, and if people try it even as one, I'm sure this, one of the biggest companies in the world will be fine with making a little bit of money off it. So,
According to ABC7,
oh no,
if you're wondering how it tastes,
yeah, what do they got?
Coca-Cola aficionados in the UK have already given it the thumbs up.
Yeah, because it has been a thing.
But we'll talk more about that
Oh, of course. How dare I?
on the turnaround.
By the way, a quick update, and this is 40 minutes late on eBird. But your fraud of a neighbor hasn't checked in anywhere in 10 days. Now, don't give me this vacation BS. We tried that on the 4th of July or Memorial Day, too. I'm done. She's a fraud. I won't hear anything about her being a preeminent birder in this county or any county.
She could be dead.
Or good. That's what you get, liar. Fraud.
And finally on my list for the Fast Five, Tom Terrific.
I don't know what that is.
You didn't hear the big controversy involving
What's a Tom Terrific?
Tom Brady, your favorite quarterback and mine?
No, what's the Or I'm sure I have it. I guess I don't know what the...
Tom Brady apparently had applied, his organization, his, company, whatever, had applied for the trademark on Tom Terrific.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Huh.
It was denied
Hey, good.
because I guess Tom Terrific, I don't know if it's already trademarked, but it legally belongs to Hall of Fame pitcher Tom Seaver.
Okay, that's where the
From
name
the,
seems familiar to
he
me.
pitched for, like,
Red
the
Sox. Mets and Red Sox,
in, like,
I
the
believe.
60s, I think, right?
Yeah, I have a bunch of Tom Seaver baseball cards from his later years. So, and I didn't put this on my Fast Five, but did you see the news yesterday that LeBron James is trying to trademark Taco Tuesday? Because he does this stupid video that, and I agree with it to a degree, a bit of a cultural appropriation issue, because he uses a bit of a stereotypical Hispanic and Mexican accent while he screams Taco Tuesday every Tuesday on a video.
All right.
So he decided, I'm going to trademark that. I must be the first one to come up with this.
Can't imagine that's the case.
And he wants to trademark it for like property, like intellectual property, so he can do a podcast for Taco Tuesday. What? How are these people so vain? Like Tom Terrific.
Well, did he get it?
No, he just applied for it this week. So I don't know how long the turnaround.
If he can get
There's
away
no
with it.
way though. There's no way that a property like Taco Tuesday, which has been a thing for a while, can just be given to LeBron James because he does Instagram videos of it once a week, right?
If he applies for it.
This goes along with Ohio State University trying to trademark the word "the" for the Ohio State University. Like, man, wasn't there the biggest case of this was the Happy Birthday, right?
Oh yeah, because that's now
public domain. But that's why when you go to the restaurant with your 5-year-old and they come sing Happy Birthday, it's always some, clapping version.
Happy birthday,
Yeah.
we are here to wish you a happy birthday, have a taco.
Try a bloomin' onion. And it's like that. This is so out of hand. It seems crazy to me. But Brady doing Tom Terrific seems crazy because Tom Terrific, that was Tom Seaver's nickname forever.
Now, Brady tried to clarify. He said that it was a big misunderstanding. He wasn't trying to trademark it because he wants to use it. He actually said he was trying to trademark it to keep other people from using it because he doesn't
liar.
Because he doesn't like the nickname.
Yeah, okay.
And I said I was actually trying to do something because I didn't like the nickname and I wanted to make sure nobody used it because some people wanted to use it.
Also,
blah, blah, blah.
a early animated television show, 1957 and 1959.
Yes. But, so he said he didn't want to use it. The trademark on that TV show had run out somewhat recently.
He's such a liar. Gotta hate him.
But
cheater.
Tom Terrific.
Fraud.
It's just a terrible nickname, too.
Send him to the same place as your fraud birder neighbor. A whole bunch of liars.
Where's that place?
I don't know.
The grave?
Hopefully hell.
So the two latest admissions to hell.
Tom Brady for applying for Tom Terrific, and your fraudster birder neighbor being a liar.
My binocular-wielding neighbor.
They're probably fake binoculars. Prop binoculars. That's what she's doing.
Propnoculars.
Propnoculars. She's not even looking at birds. She's just staring at clouds. She's a clouder.
She's watching a movie.
Yeah, she's taking a nap. Stupid.
All right, before that we had... what the hell was before that? Coca-Cola Cinnamon? Yeah, Coca-Cola Cinnamon.
I'll try it, though. Won't you?
Yeah, I'll give it a whirl.
Like that, and that's all they're at. That's all they're essentially looking for.
Yeah, they want to sell a couple of them.
This is a limited time product, so if everybody like us goes, yeah, I'll try one.
Mm-hmm. Success.
They'll be successful enough.
Keeps you in business. Yep. I am your job security, so you can thank me later. Every time I buy a cola.
You don't, do you?
Oh, not really.
No, you're a clear soda drinker.
No, I'll go.
You drink a cola?
I'll drink a cola every now and then.
Regular cola or diet cola?
No, not diet.
You're not a diet guy.
No, it's garbage.
Steve, I got to convert you.
No, I've tried it before. It tastes terrible.
Come on, it's 2019.
Isn't it worse for you than the regular stuff?
Okay, read the internet all you want. Okay, go park with your clouder neighbor.
I heard it causes autism. You heard it here first, folks. Diet Cola
rage causing autism.
Yeah.
Whew.
Yeah. What, I look like I'm on a diet? I look like I'm trying to lose weight?
Hope that study doesn't get released.
All right, before that, the big PSL controversy.
Yeah, how dumb, man. To each their own. We tried them last year. I didn't like it.
I didn't care for it. I think Annette ended up drinking both of ours, right?
I could see why people do like it, but I didn't expect it to actually be... I don't know. I expected like a pumpkin spice flavor, but it's literally just... Feels like just shaker spices on it. But you know what? I don't care. Starbucks... And whether you like Starbucks or not, and there's always this rage against big companies for being successful, like Starbucks and whatever. They get into this in the holidays every year. Everybody gets mad because, there used to be a Santa and a Jesus on these cups, and now they're just red. Who cares?
Yeah, then don't drink it.
Bring your own cup. If you bring your own cup to Starbucks,
they'll fill it up.
They'll fill it. And if you want to paint baby Jesus in a manger on your tumbler, they'll fill it with your coffee.
Yeah, you can call it Jesus juice too.
Yes, give me the hottest Jesus juice you got in a cafe back there or whatever.
Give me a manger mochaccino.
Yeah, please.
No problem.
Extra side of the Three Wise Men, which is an alcoholic shot.
All right, before that, the NFL season just days away. 3 days away? 4 days away?
Yeah, it opens up this Thursday night. The Green Bay Packers visiting the Chicago Bears in a game where I hope nobody wins. I love it, though, man. We talked about this with baseball season. I still think opening day for baseball season is more of an occasion for even the lay person, lay sports fan. Like, it's kind of acknowledged as a big day. But, man, that opening weekend of NFL season, you kind of get that feeling, hey, fall's here or it's right around the corner. Oh, it's finally back.
On Friday, we were, Annette got home from work. Neither of us felt like cooking or anything. We were like, let's just go out and grab some pizza or something. So we went to the local pizza place, bunch of TVs on the wall. And it was at that point that I realized, college football started. As I looked up and I saw, which leads me on to my number one thing on the list, your Michigan State Steves.
Disappointing performance.
Even though they won?
Yeah, but it's Tulsa.
I got something that is going to rock your world.
Whoa.
It involves your Michigan State Steves. It involves something you like and something I like.
Oh, God, if this is something to do with a Jeep.
Your Michigan State Steves and my new neighbor.
Oh, the one across the street
with
across the street? 2 kids, right?
Yeah, 2 kids.
Justin with a Y and Caitlin with a Y.
Nope, not at all. They are season ticket holders for your Michigan State Steves.
Oh, would you look at that? Would they be interested in selling any? Through you, so I don't have to talk to them.
All right, so I got to be the broker?
Yeah, hey, you know them.
I do. I went over, I was talking to him yesterday for a few minutes.
God almighty.
Said they went to the big game.
What did they do for that? How'd they get caught in that trap? Was the poor guy just trying to bring his trash can out and you flagged him down? Hey! Threw a shoe at him to get his attention? Hey, don't run back inside! My wife's pregnant! Let's talk!
It's not how it happened. We are good friends. Mm-hmm. But yeah, season ticket holders.
They were there on
Friday.
Ah, you know who else is season ticket holders?
Who?
People who live behind me that I don't talk to. So couldn't care less.
Kyle, anti-friend.
Oh God, they were having a party last night. Kids
truly
screaming.
Disgusting sight this morning. Parts of dead chickens littered a residential.
Hang on! No, don't stop that! I need to know what the hell's going
on.
Where
do they come from? Here's investigative reporter Danielle Lee.
Where are these dead chickens from, Steve? Oh, gross!
Like
what?
Oh my God!
Is this a horror movie?
No, it's. I still had the. Wow, this is strange because if you look at it, Coca-Cola Cinnamon coming this holiday season is still the headline.
Oh no!
But it's a van driving over.
Why are you putting dead chicken parts here?
Are there dead chickens in Coca-Cola Cinnamon?
You heard it here first. Steve accuses.
Oh boy. Okay, so I turned up the volume on my computer.
Well, you got to play it out now. Yeah. I mean, we're on a deadline. I can run through mine, but
here we go.
I need to know what's going on.
Disgusting sight this morning. Parts of dead chickens littered a
ABC
residential
7?
street. This is in Bourne Hill. So, how did this happen? Where did they come from?
Ooh.
Here's investigative reporter Danielle Lee.
It looked like a chicken.
Who just drives over them? Don't you go around or stop? I don't know.
Where do you go though? There's nowhere to go.
Oh man, can you imagine your undercarriage is going to smell like dead chicken parts?
I ran over a dead squirrel the other day.
Still smelled?
I was driving along, and I was driving through my neighborhood, and it looked like it was just a patch of leaves in the middle of the road. And I had the USA America panels off the Jeep. I had the windows down so I could hear all my surroundings.
So you're essentially riding a 4-tired bike.
Yeah.
At that point, just a shell.
And I hit, again, what I thought was a patch of leaves.
Uh-huh.
Later to find out it was a already dead squirrel. Oh. And I actually heard...
Oh.
Like this horrendous squishing noise.
So... coming out both sides of the squirrel as you run over it. Oh, man. I guess a squirrel on the list of dead things to run over, it's got to be below possum and raccoon, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Because those are like more bloated.
Yeah, based on size.
Yeah, and then obviously those are below deer, which is just large.
Oh, boy, do we have a new thermometer in the making here?
Stay tuned next week. That's the B bit, because the A bit is obviously...
Okay, so this is going to be the... which dead animals are the worst to drive over thermometer?
Yeah, get your thoughts in now. That'll be I'll just pose that as a Twitter question.
Yeah.
Not a poll this week. Or I could put it as a poll.
Sure.
But I can only do 2 options because Facebook's the worst.
Yeah. Well, you can have a write-in category at the bottom.
So we'll just do, that'll be the question this week at Stephen Kyle, Twitter and Facebook. What's the worst dead animal to run over?
Yeah. Now, it has to be clear that the animal is already dead. We did not do
Yes. And listen, keep your redneckery out of here. Oh, a gator? Like, no, stay in.
I don't know, though. That would be pretty bad.
Go munch on a crawfish, you dirty Cajun. Leave us alone with your stupid gator ideas. Would a gator be as bad as a possum or raccoon?
I don't know. I feel like a gator could take it.
That's what I mean, because, you run over one of those things, it's probably just living yet.
You're probably going to get air off of it.
Yeah, you might actually bring it back to life. Isn't it like gator skin, like, super tough?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not going to shoot its guts out its mouth.
Fast five. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You need another?
Fast five. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay. I'm just envisioning like one of those flower things on a clown shirt, but there's just a gator mouth and it's just all the gator innards flying. Okay, first, Hurricane Dorian.
It's did it make landfall yet?
No, it's up to a 5.
Oh, wow.
It's up to a 5.
Now, is that going to hit on the east coast or the west coast of Florida? Is it coming up through the Gulf?
No, it's going to hit on... It's going to hit on the east coast of Florida, but they're saying now that there's a very good chance that the worst part of the hurricane, it's going to start veering north and east before it makes land. So it might just be torrential rain, but not hurricane 175 mile an hour
maybe
winds.
Hitting in like the Carolinas or something.
And it's going to go up the coast. You're going to see heavy rain in the Carolinas have already declared a state of emergency. Yeah, this one seems bad, but the projections are now looking like Florida might be spared the worst of the worst by its new path.
When's it supposed to make landfall?
In Florida Monday. It's hitting the Bahamas, I think, in hours.
Okay.
So
that sucks, man.
Those Caribbean islands, like, have you called and checked on your friends down there on Ocho Rios, which is the 8 rivers?
Yes, all of the rivers.
All the rivers.
No, I haven't checked on them. I should do that though.
Send them a Facebook message.
We've remained very close.
Just say, just save our room. Where
that's my main concern.
Make sure that's above water.
Is that my room is okay.
After this, a little outdated but still important. Inverted yields.
The hell is
that? Read anything about that?
No.
Okay, we'll talk about that on the turnaround. Greenland. Boy, is that another poll question? Greenland. It's got to be Greenland. It's not Greenland. Greenland, you sound like an idiot.
Yeah.
I want to go to Greenland. It's like a theme park of just grass.
So it's green, GREEN -LIND.
Yeah, Greenland.
Or LAND.
Yes.
Big poll question this week.
Yeah, the big rumor was that...
it's not for sale.
Not for sale, guys. That big patch of ice, not for sale.
Oh, we've ruined that so quickly.
As we all know from Mighty Ducks D2. Was it D2?
I don't know where you're going with this.
Greenland is full of ice.
Iceland is full of green.
That was
right.
obviously Coach Bombay's girlfriend, who was was she Swedish?
I don't know.
The blonde girl. She educated us all. Boy, should she go on the thermometer? Bombay's girlfriend? Smoke show back in the day.
Yeah, hold on.
Pull her up. I need to know what she looks like.
Gordon Bombay's girlfriend from D2?
I think it was D2. I might be wrong. No, it had to be D1 because they played, like, the big matchup was against Iceland. Iceland. Wasn't it in D1?
Hold on. Gordon Bombay's girlfriend. Boy, I don't... let's see.
You're not getting much...
right
there.
That's her?
That's her.
Oh, snooze.
Wow.
I mean, she just looks regular.
Gorgeous blonde, and Steve gives a snooze.
Oh, was she on the bench too? When she was helping coach?
No, that's a different one. That's not her. She was a part of the Iceland team. That's why it was a bit of a Romeo and Juliet situation, Steve.
Oh, okay.
I'm telling you, I'm putting that on the poll right now. Does Gordon Bombay's girlfriend from the Mighty Ducks deserve a snooze? That doesn't seem right.
Well, you have to find a good picture of her to post with it.
Does Gordon Bombay's from... Boy, I got a heart out, too. And
You've really taken the time to enter all the... All right, well, what do we got, 4 minutes?
Yeah. After that, The Joker.
The movie, I'm assuming you're talking about.
Yes.
Is it out yet?
Now, it comes out in 1 month.
Oh, okay.
You haven't seen... it is getting rave reviews.
So who is the Joker?
Joaquin Phoenix. Now, directed by Todd Phillips.
Okay.
Most known for the Hangover series. But it's kind of dove into... drama in the last few years. 8-minute standing ovation at a film festival last weekend.
That's too long of a standing ovation.
It's stupid, right?
Because at some point you just be like,
"All right, sit down."
Okay,
yeah,
I get it. You're happy with me.
Yeah, and it's supposed to, it's going to ruffle feathers because Todd Phillips said, "Oh yeah, I took nothing from the comics."
All right.
So you're going to get that fandom all mad.
So does that make you...
Don't care.
Okay, so you're not a purist.
Because it's not a part of, what they're referring to as the DC universe anyway. Mm-hmm. So this doesn't fit in any timeline of, the Dark Knight trilogy doesn't fit in the Man of Steel, the Superman versus Batman movies. Totally separate from that. It's entirely 100%
They're their own thing.
It's Todd Phillips' own version of the history of the Joker.
History of the mystery?
History of the mystery. And finally, Steve, Jay-Z.
Oh, yeah, he really made people mad, didn't he?
Boy, oh boy. Now, this was on when it was initially announced. So it's been 3 or 4 weeks.
Yeah.
So have you seen the update on what they're actually doing to combat social injustice?
No, I haven't.
He is going to throw some concerts with Meghan Trainor and Meek Mill, and he's going to release a T-shirt line.
Well, I mean... Problem solved, right? I'm sure Kaepernick is happy.
Going to be getting his job back any day now.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. A lot of people very upset with him.
I remember seeing that a year ago, somebody was basically offered that exact position with the NFL, and it was another famous rapper. I forget who it was, but Jay-Z was actually the one that said to them, I wouldn't do that if I were you.
Yeah. Yeah, he actively discouraged people from taking the Super Bowl halftime show, and then less than 1 year later has now signed a deal where he's going to be profiting off of the NFL and using his own musicians from Rock Nation to promote essentially his own label. It's a win-win for Jay-Z.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, as a businessman, I don't blame him, but it's kind of tone deaf.
Very tone deaf. A bad look.
Yeah.
A bad look. Before that, The Joker, the movie. Are you interested in that at all? Because it's not a comic book movie at all. It's like a dramatic look at the history of this person who ends up turning evil.
I think I get a lot of flack for being a guy that doesn't care about all the big popular movies.
Yeah.
And that it's not really.
I don't think it's fair, by the way. You've never shown a distaste at like, oh, I never want to see that.
No.
You went and saw the Black Panther with me. You had mentioned you wanted to see the Avengers, and you would have gone.
It was just I feel because the way that I like when I sit down to watch a TV show or something, I want to watch it uninterrupted from the beginning to the end, and if there was a previous season, I want to watch that first.
Yeah,
but
you want everything.
At this point, I feel like I am so far behind.
It's tough.
I'd have to watch like 40 movies just to get caught up. So at this point, I'm not, and the genre doesn't really interest me that much. I'm not into like superhero stuff that much, so it's a lot of work for not a lot of payoff for me.
Right, because you're sitting there waiting like. For me, I waited 10 years for Avengers Endgame, and that mattered to me because I'd been there for 10 years and I'm familiar with the comics.
Right.
For you wouldn't have gone the 10 years of following everything, and it still wouldn't have mattered as much because you don't really care.
Now, if you were to say to me, this movie is completely standalone, you don't need any previous knowledge of, I don't need to have read any of the comics, I don't need to know any of the other movies, this is just its own thing, yeah, I'm in, I'll go see it. Is that the case?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. With the Joker? 100%. I guess
I'm in.
Totally
Let's go.
Outside
when do
of
we go? When is it?
October something. The first weekend in October, I believe it opened.
I will go to that movie with you.
We're going to see the Joker, guys.
Okay. It's got to be
after we see Hurricane Heist.
It's got No, I'll
Double
go to
feature?
I'll go to it, but let's go to a matinee.
Yeah, like a mid-afternoon show on a weekday.
Yeah.
That's the best way to go see a movie.
All right. I'll stop at the convenience store.
Go get all of your
get
candy.
a bunch of snacks
at a cut rate.
Stuff them in my pockets, and we're sneaking in.
Before that, Greenland.
Greenland.
We talked about it, not for sale.
Not for sale.
Conan went and did a special in there in Greenland after this came out. Trump canceled a meeting with the Denmark Prime Minister once he found out that Greenland was not for sale. If in case you're wondering about how that is going.
Yeah.
Before the inverted yields.
He's a stupid man, I think.
Hey. Before that, inverted yields. This came out a few weeks ago, talking about there are now signs that a recession is coming.
Okay.
Because for the first time, and excuse my ignorance, I'm not in the finance industry, yields on long-term rates on whatever bonds. Typically, if you have a 10-year bond, your yield or your return will be higher on a 10-year than a 5-year and a 2-year.
Okay.
Now it has flipped.
Uh-oh.
It is and that is a sign to investors and to economists that there is not much faith in the long-term economy right now.
So a recession is coming.
A recession is coming. That's the thinking. They said it could be months, could be a year or two. They think a recession is inevitable based on this idea. You going to go pull your money from the banks, stuff it in your couch?
Yeah. I mean, it's time to invest.
Build that bunker?
Globally. Think locally.
Yeah, local, baby. Before that, Hurricane Dorian, Category 5.
Do we have any correspondents down there that could get in touch with us?
We have to have a Florida correspondent, right? Should we put the call out on Twitter?
Yeah.
Let's do that. Let's put a call out on Twitter and social media, and maybe we can talk to our Florida or Carolinas correspondent next week. Now, you visited the Outer Banks because you're rich. Are you guys...
Yeah, well...
Now, that's in the ocean, right? You got to take like a boat to get to the Outer Banks?
Yep, definitely in the ocean.
Sorry, and I apologize. Not a boat. A catamaran. I didn't mean to offend your wealth. Are you at all concerned about the Steve estate going underwater?
I mean, first it's my Bahamian friends. Now it's my...
At all 8 rivers?
My OBX crew.
I've seen the Jeep. You got the OBX bump. You got the OBX sticker on the back windshield.
Got a Salt Life sticker.
Yeah, you've got the buoy catamaran that takes you to your estate out there.
Boy, you know me so well. I mean, there's so much stuff that I haven't revealed on this podcast.
We'll try to do that because I'd love to actually talk to somebody, and because from here I've never experienced a hurricane, right? Never even been near that type of storm.
Yeah.
So I'd be curious to see, is it a lot more hype than it is real? Is it
I think
the terrifying
it depends,
winds?
Yeah, I think it depends on the, sometimes
Right.
it's a swing and a miss by the forecasters, which I'm sure people are really happy about. But
Yeah, maybe we can actually, we'll figure out a way. We're going to talk to someone hopefully next week on the podcast who's going through that. So,
and oh wait, are you still have
that's
one
it.
more?
That's it.
That's it. Yeah, we're hoping to at some point this week record our evergreen episode.
Yeah, you won't be able to tell a difference.
No, not at all. It'll be very generic. No,
That evergreen episode might be next week's episode. We don't know, Steve. It could be D-Day any day now.
the evergreen episode could very easily be one of the next two.
It could be in 1 week you could be hearing our voices being very vague about dates, times, and other things.
A week from now, I could be sitting upstairs with my daughter on my lap.
And me knocking on your door to go record.
Hey, you want to record a podcast?
I got my computer. Hey, 8-bit.
Still doing updates.
We got the 8-bit. Let's get to it.
Oh, boy. That's crazy.
Oh, boy.
That is crazy to think. Oh, you got to get out of here.
We're
huh?
late.
All right. You can check us out on social media, all social media, at Steve and Kyle. There's going to be hopefully a poll up there.
Yeah, there's a couple. I want to put.
By the time you're listening,
We're
to
just
this.
going to have the general question this week of what's the worst dead animal to run over. So we'll take your answers there. And also, the poll question this week, does Gordon Bombay's girlfriend from the Mighty Ducks deserve a, quote, snooze, end quote?
You can call or text your comments, your questions, your concerns, 424-30-SK-POD. That's 424-307-5763. Always nice to see those come in. We will talk to you next week. Maybe?
Well, we will. Maybe just not our timely weekly selves.
All right. See you later.